cool cats and kittens. Anyways, guys, it's a Tiger King reference. But I'm out here in Decatur today picking up a load of hay. Out there, it's in the middle of a beautiful pasture, but it's starting to sprinkle a little bit, and as you can see, that right there is all uphill and it's sand, so that's not always good. So I need to get this loaded and we can get out of here before it gets wet so I don't get stuck. But this will be the first load of hay with the new turbo setup, and I am 100% confident that it's going to be awesome. Last night, if some of you seen on my Instagram, picked up a new fifth wheel RV that my wife and my kids and me are going to be moving into when we sell our house. And I'll have a video on it coming out about pulling it and hooking up to it and everything. But anyways, yeah, we're going to get loaded up here and get on the road. I got to go from here to Lipan and then hopefully back today to get another load. So it's pretty, it's not a super bad load, but going through Springtown and Weatherford kind of sucks. But anyways, we're going to get to it and then get on the road. Oh, by the way, we did put a new thermostat in there. It's a 180 OEM thermostat, and it works perfect. And the truck holds about 175 now and heats up quick again instead of taking hours to get warm when I don't have a load on it. But yeah, so let's get loaded up and then get on the road here. On the road here, just hit third gear. Here we go, got the windows down because it feels great outside. And we're just gonna creep on into Decatur. Right here, we're on the north side of Decatur on 730. And it's not a road you want to go too fast on, so I average about 55. It's about 7 miles till I get in the town. Then we can get on 51 and really get up to speed and see what she'll do. But right now, it's easy as pie. You can see 15 pounds of boost and in fourth gear, and it's just loving every second of it. Now I've got the wastegate adjusted perfect now on the K27. It opens at about 30 pounds now, and then it really starts to drive that HX55. I don't have enough fuel to get that HX55 over 20 pounds of boost, but it's really nice the way it is. I think if I went a little bit bigger injector, I would drive the crap out of it and it would just be incredible. But you gotta remember, I'm still on the original head gasket and I don't have ARP studs, so kind of still got to be kind of conservative on it. But it does perfect for what it is. See, we're in fifth gear here, and yeah, just cruising right along to about 55. Had a truck just pull out, no pun intended. There went, look, it downshifted to third gear. And then back up to fourth. You can't beat this automatic. I mean, I don't care what you say. This automatic doesn't beat a manual. Now, I'll say that until it goes out, but for now, this is just, this is the best of every world right here. All right, guys, here in just a second, we're gonna be going up the same hill that I lost the HX35 Turbo on. This is the same load, same trip, same road, same everything. So it'll be interesting to make it up the hill this time. Be a little pride going into it, but yeah, this is the trip that I blew my turbo up on about a month or so ago. But I can already tell you, just this load is just so much easier with this one. I know I'm a few bells short of what the last one was, but it's still just so much easier. I've hauled this much all the time, and I know how the truck should pull it, and it's pulling, I'm going to say 25 to 30% better, if you can put that kind of number on it. But it is very nice. So on the other load, I was coming down this hill right here in fifth gear, and I let off right about here to coast down the hill, because it's kind of a sharp turn and it's downhill pretty good. And when I got to the bottom of the hill, I went to get back on the throttle, and there was nothing there. So I just kept my foot into it, trying to make it up this next hill because I knew it was a doozy. And it just couldn't do it. So I had to back down the hill into an abandoned driveway. Thank goodness there was one there. But I got turbo now, as you can see, so we're gonna make it. But I'm not gonna hammer on it. There's no use to see how fast I can get up the hill. I'm just gonna cruise on up it and let it downshift into fifth and get to the top of it. It's not a race today, so. Yeah, so for about a half mile, I just stayed in it with no turbo just to try to maintain speed enough to get up the hill, but there just was not enough. Here it comes right here. It's kind of has a small little hill here, and then the big one comes after that. And now here comes the rain. That always makes hauling hay fun. So that probably means I'm only going to get one load done today, because if it rains over at the place I picked it up, I ain't getting down in the gully there. And then if it rains over at the other place, he has me unloading in the middle of a 100-acre pasture. And I have no idea how that's going to be when I get there, so this could be interesting. But on a side note, truck's running like a champ. Engine's staying cool. We're at 165, trans temp 142. Cruise on flat ground, 10-15 pounds of boost, 800 EGTs. Running like a top. Cannot complain one bit. Just gonna keep on driving here. Next town up is Springtown, and then to Weatherford, and then we can finally get on the highway. Right now we're on Farm Road 51, which is kind of a major road between kind of the DFW area, West DFW and Oklahoma. Pretty good shortcut to get from Oklahoma to Weatherford down this way. Watch it downshift. 5th gear. That right there is probably my second favorite thing about this transmission, is the downshifting. The first thing would obviously be the locking the torque converter in 1st gear. But even when it downshifts, the torque converter stays locked. So it's seriously like you're driving a manual transmission with no clutch. It's pretty awesome. As you can see, the trans temp stays cool. But I did take out the heat exchanger and the external filter. So I just have the front transmission cooler that's in front of the radiator, and then I have the upgraded filter and pan that goes on like an 08 to 10 5R110, which was a big difference, honestly, and pretty inexpensive. Alright, finally into Springtown. Now, one part about this trip that makes it kind of bad is right here coming out of Springtown on 51. Springtown's kind of in a hole, and to get out of it, got to go up some pretty decent hills, and you never get time to build up any speed. So the way I'm going to hit it today is I'm just going to get into 4th and then stay at about 55 and then hit the hill that way, instead of trying to get up to 65 and just push my truck more than I need to. I'm not in a race. I ain't on no time crunch, so no reason to push it hard. Just more wear and tear on the truck that I don't need. We're just going to ease on into 4th gear here. Now, mind you, right now we're all going uphill, so there's a hay on there still. We're in 4th gear, and I'm just going to try to maintain it here in 4th to about 50-55. But sometimes it likes to get frisky and it'll go ahead and go into 5th. So you can see it's kind of hard. All that is uphill, so it changes elevation about almost 400 feet within 3/4 of a mile. probably grossing in at about 32 or 33,000 pounds total, truck, trailer, and load. And I'm just going to keep it in fourth to the best of my ability. When I come down this little hill here, it may go into fifth, which will put me in a bind because I haven't built up speed. See, there it is right there. I'm going to keep it at 50. That'll keep me from shifting. If I was on a time crunch, I'd go ahead and get into sixth and get up it a little faster, but right now I'm not too worried about it. Here we go. $1,075 on the EGTs, 1100, staying at 40 pounds of boost, 46% throttle, and we're maintaining 1100 on the EGTs. 14 to 15 intermediate boost. Now the intercooler starts to get heat soaked and the EGTs will come up a little bit. So I'm at like 1125. But this is a steep ass hill. So we got to about 1150 on the EGTs, maintained 40 pounds of boost the whole way, and got up the hill there. Not too bad, didn't have to even push it that hard. Now if I had a better intercooler, it wouldn't get heat soaked, and I could go a little bit harder there. But like I said, it's still at 40 pounds of boost, and I don't want to go any higher than that. Especially for that long of a time. I mean, that was a good 35-40 seconds there just hammering on it. But we're up the hill, and now we're just going up a few smaller hills. That ain't no big deal. Getting on the interstate. There's I-20 right up there. Truck's still doing good. Now I'm no P-pump expert, so if there's any P-pump experts out there, can you tell me why when I'm in last gear and I get under 2,000 RPMs, anything past 45% throttle, it has no more. It won't supply any more fuel. But when I get over 2,000 RPMs, I can give it more throttle position and I have more fuel. I don't know if it's because this is a 190 pump and I don't have anything really done to it other than governor springs. Yeah, I'm not too sure. If anybody can tell me why, please let me know. I'm interested to know. Maybe I just need to throw a little bit bigger delivery valve and a rack plug, and maybe get the little bit larger injectors in here, and I'll have more fuel at under 2,000 RPM. But anyways, we're on the interstate. Like I said, it gets up to speed real quick, no problem. About to go up a little hill here, and I'll show you. I'm about 2,070 RPM. As long as I'm over RPM, I've got plenty of fuel. But as soon as I get under 2,000 RPMs, it just loses all fuel delivering capabilities past 45% throttle. And having the wastegate open at 30 may have something to do with it. Like I don't have enough air volume to under 2,000 RPMs to get the big turbo lit, and that could be a little bit of it. We're stuck behind this truck, and I don't want to get past him coming up this hill. I'll have to wait till we're on the back side of it. But see right there, I'm at 50% throttle, and I don't get no more out of it. But as soon as I get above 2,000 RPMs, I can have more throttle. It's just a little something I've noticed. And I don't know if it's because my pump's getting weak because it has so many miles on it, or it's just a tuning thing with the pump I need to work on. We're on the interstate here, got about 25 mile trek on the interstate, and then we'll be to where we're going to drop the hay off. I got plenty of throttle here. I'll get into it. I'm at 40. Well, it's 40% here. Lay into it, and I got plenty of throttle and it keeps going, but just under 2,000 where it's a little sluggish. So if anybody has some insight, please let me know. Alright guys, I'm gonna pull into the Sunoco here and get a weight ticket and see how much this weighs. I'm kind of curious myself. Get a weight ticket and get a drink before I show up at this guy's place. It's supposed to be there at noon, and it's just now 11 o'clock, about 15 minutes away. So I'm gonna kill a little bit of time, get a weight ticket, and that way I can give you guys a number, so I'm not just blowing air out my ass here. I really need to get the cat scale app because I like to see my weights a lot, and I'd rather just not go inside, but haven't done that yet. So anyways, 34,100 pounds, which I was pretty close. I said like 35,000. So that means it weighs 19,000 pounds worth of hay. My truck and trailer weighs exactly 15,000 pounds empty, depending on how much fuel I got. But yeah, it's about 19,000 pounds worth of hay. So yeah, it's a pretty good load. Pulls it good, you know, like you've seen in the video. And couldn't be happier. Man, some people, when they build a driveway, they just never think that they're gonna have big trailers pulling here, and it just makes it a real pain in the butt. But we got her in here, so that's all that matters. But it is pretty hard on trailer axles to come in a place like that.